It's November, and that means that the end of the year is coming close. And it also means that there's not much time left to up the number of books you've read this year. In this video, I'll give you 5 books that might change your life. I'll list them up here and also put timestamps in the description. First, Atomic Habits by James Clear. I know this is a very well-known book and a lot of you guys have probably already read it, but I wanted to put it on the list for the people that hadn't. Because this book gives you the blueprint to stop your bad habits and stop you from achieving your goals. Wouldn't it be amazing to stop binge watching YouTube, stop binge eating or smoking? In the book, James Clear gives you 4 laws to combat the urge of these bad habits. Clear uses a lot of tables and diagrams to visualize the theory. This works really well. An example of a rule that is taught in the book is the 2-minute rule. Humans gravitate towards the path of least resistance, and when starting a new habit too strong, the resistance will be too great, and rather than performing your new habit, you'll drift off into a bad habit. When starting a new habit, it should only take you 2 minutes or less, so you can get used to this new habit before you build on it and optimize it. Then second, Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins. David Goggins, the man from the motivational videos, but behind all of these videos is one of the most inspirational life transformations that I've ever seen. From a depressed young overweight man into a Navy SEAL and the only member of the US Armed Forces ever to complete Navy SEALs training, Ranger School training and Air Force Air Tactical Controller training. And if that wasn't enough, he also competed in more than 60 ultramarathons, triathlons and ultra triathlons, where he regularly placed top 5. So how did David Goggins flip his life around and become one of the most badass people to ever walk the earth? It's an emotional journey, and I'm sure when you read it you'll feel inspired to chase your dreams, because I know I did. Also, David Goggins did a great podcast with Joe Rogan, so if you're interested, you could give that a listen before or after reading the book. Then third, How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. In today's society, there's way too much hate. Why do we give each other so much criticism? And since when has it become so hard to give a compliment to one another? How to Win Friends and Influence People is such a needed read for the majority of people. Not only will it teach you how to make more friends and get more people to like you, it will also teach you how to win people over to your way of thinking and acquire new customers and clients. Especially the final part of the book stood out to me. In this part, Carnegie talks about how to be a leader. To not only talk about the mistakes from other people, but start with your own wrongdoings. To begin with praise and appreciation and after give your criticism. To not order and boss people around, but give compliments on every improvement made. How to Win Friends and Influence People is just such a wholesome and beautiful book, and I really enjoyed reading it, and I'm sure that you will too. Then fourth, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck by Mark Manson. This widely popular book discusses why we all give way too much damns in our lives, and that we all have to choose what to care about. Humans are flawed and limited, and as Manson writes in his book, not everybody can be extraordinary. There are winners and losers in society. And some of this is not fair nor your fault. The book teaches a counterintuitive approach to living a better life and being more happy. Sometimes this book can be very straight to the point and maybe even rude, but it's a very important read for most people. I actually made a full summary and review video on this book. I'll put it up there so you can check it out. Then lastly, The Millionaire Fastlane by MJ DeMarco. This is a business book and it covers everything you need to know if you want to start your own business. So if you have a New Year's resolution on finally starting your own business, this book can be the best place to start. Learn everything you need to know first and get out there and start chasing your dreams. The part of the book that stood out to me the most was when DeMarco talked about the commandments of a fast lane. They are control, entry, need, time and skill. These commandments actually come down to if you want to make millions, you have to impact millions, which is a very true and important statement. When starting the book, I was a little bit put off by DeMarco's criticism on the fast lane or the 9-to-5 jobs. This could sometimes get a little bit unfair, but when you get through this part of the book and it comes to teaching you the fast lanes of business, it was really informational and helpful to me. and I'm sure it will be for you too. So that wraps up the list. If you have any questions regarding the books in this list, or if you want me to read and review one of your favorite books, make sure to leave a comment down below. But for now, have a great rest of your day.